How's it going? My name is Brian Boyd. I'm a recreational fisherman and registered guide here in the great state of Maine. I mostly make fishing videos, but today we're gonna buy a boat. We stopped in Connecticut for the world's famous Ryan's Deli. What'd you get?
Oh, pastrami.
Those are the most succulent eating noises I've ever heard. That's just disgusting. Somebody just puked in their mouth while watching this video. I got the corned beef Reuben. We're gonna chow down on these and then try to bust our way through New York City. And we'll check back in when we hit some warmer states. All right, so let's take a look at this thing. The What is a 2011 21-foot Parker SE. And what's unique and fun about this boat is it has an open bow. If any of you guys are familiar with Parkers, you know a lot of them have a bench up here in front. And I found one that was completely open. So we can fight fish all the way up at the front of the boat. Pretty excited about that. It also has a T-top, which unfortunately ripped on the drive up. We had some rains, some deluge, so we're getting fixing that. It's got great clearance as you walk down. Big live well. It's got a 150 horsepower with only 500 hours on it. Center console has a bathroom under it. So those are a lot of the whys, but the big why is I need a new canvas, we'll call it. That's a little ignorant or kind of cocky to say, but that's the truth. I want to have a boat that's a clean slate. I can set it up to fish the way I want, put my Garmin stuff on it, get a fighting table, downriggers, you name it. It's going to be an absolute fishing machine, and I am going to go through all those modifications in a future video, probably 2 or 3 weeks from now. I'll also go over all the stuff I got to put on it, all your safety gear, what I keep for fishing gear. As I kind of get the boat set up for the season, I'll document that. But that's the what and the why. The how is pretty interesting. I was researching this boat for a while. I was torn between a 23 SE, a 21 SE, both Parkers, or a custom classic 23-foot regulator. But you guys know boats, that regulator is probably running around 60 grand. I don't have that kind of money. So this boat was mid-30s with a brand new trailer. I am going to be doing charters to help pay for it, and I am getting rid of the old boat to help pay for it. But yeah, once I decided on the boat, I then just kind of hit the internet. Facebook Marketplace was good. There was some good ones. There isn't a ton of Parkers up near where I live, so I was mainly looking down in Florida and in the Carolinas where Parker's made. And I found what I like at a dealership called Starlink Marine. They were brokering it for another individual, reached out to them, got a little more information, and then I ran into the reality that it's 900 miles away, and I don't really know what I'm doing. So I, looked at booking flights, a hotel, a car, to do a sea trial. And that would have been north of $1,000 with all that stuff. And at the end of the day, I don't really know what I'm looking at. I've owned one big boat, plenty of other small boats, but I'm not an expert in hull integrity or specs or what I'm really buying, and I didn't want to sink a bunch of money into something that wasn't going to be solid. So this is credit due to my wife. She recommended I get a surveyor. Similar to buying a home inspector, they have boat surveyors. It's a huge industry. They are excellent. I'll list the gentleman that I used here on the screen. And I got like a 52-page report that ran through everything. And I mean everything. They tested all the electrical systems, they did a sea trial, put the boat under stress, did moisture meters, ran through all the safety equipment, you name it, this thing covered it all. So it gave me the confidence that I was buying something good without ever having seen the boat. Once I got the report, read through it, talked to the guy that did the survey, there was some red flags, but none of it was structural. There's some electrical stuff. All that can be fixed very easily. Nothing that would deter me from buying the boat. Went ahead, put the money in, wired it down, and then as you saw, me and my buddy Jay jumped in a truck, and in 45 hours we drove 1,900 miles and turned the boat around. Drove down through New York City, New Jersey, Delaware, Maryland, into the Carolinas, got some barbecue at a place called Froggy's, went to sleep, hooked up the boat, and then drove back, and we got back at 3 a.m. Tuesday morning, and we left at 6 a.m. Sunday. So it was a rugged drive, but I got the boat. It's home. So with that, I'm going to end this video. This was a fun journey. Long road trips are kind of wild, especially trailing a boat. If you guys can do it, I highly recommend it. You can really get into some interesting fishing outside of where you usually fish. It's one of the reasons that I do trailer my boat, not keep it on a lift so I can go if I need to. Next week's video is going to be about the old boat, kind of the epic story, and then I'll kind of talk about how I'm going to go about selling it if anybody's interested in buying the hull and the trailer or the engine separate. I am going to be running charters this summer. I have my Maine Guides license and I do have my Coast Guard Captain's license, so if you guys are interested in doing a charter, reach out. I'm going to do some pretty limited ones, maybe 6 or 10, probably midday stuff just for stripers, just to kind of dip my toe in it and get out there and put some people on the fish. If you like the content, like and subscribe. I'll catch you guys on the next one. I like it a lot.
You like it a lot.
I like it a lot. I don't like bridges. I got nothing. We've been in this car for what? We're coming up on 12 hours. We're gonna stop and get some barbecue. What are we, Virginia?
I don't even know anymore.
I don't know.
Is this Maryland or Delaware or Virginia?
I think we're
gonna be in Virginia.
Yeah, I think we might have been in Virginia. Jay's gonna get a shot at a sketchy bridge that's coming up. And yeah. Any words, Jay? It's hot, man.
Yeah, it's muggy down here.
This is a moist place.
Went from snow
somebody
to
behind me.
Move your ass!
Get out of here!